Hello? Let me find the camera again. The camera's over here. But I can't help but look over there. Well, if it looks like I'm looking the wrong way, it's because, the camera's over there. So I guess I should just look there, right? Okay, so real quick, I wanted to make a video addressing this idea that, okay, so I've been watching what's going on the internet regarding polygamy, specifically polygyny. And one thing that I noticed was there's this idea that is just full of sex. Like everything in the polygynous dynamic is just sex. And that's because most of the people that are put out there regarding polygyny are really polyamorous. They're not polygynous at all. Uh there's there's a few people out there, I don't want to call names, but they make videos, and there's absolutely a sexual dynamic between the wives, not just the husband and his wives. So therefore, that kind of takes it out of polygyny and puts it right over there in polyamory, and that puts it right over there in the LBGT or LGBT community. So once bisexuality and trisexuality and all these different sexualities come into play, that kind of takes it out of the framework of specifically a man having multiple wives, because then the wives are married to each other, and it becomes a little confusing. And so they always throw out polygyny, polygyny, this is polygyny, this is that, this is that, this is this is that. But it's really not. It's more so over there on that side of pop. Let me turn this car off. How about that? Oh. So it takes it out of polygyny and puts it right over there in like polyamoryville. So, there's this idea also of hierarchy. And a lot of people don't like to have the conversation of hierarchy because a lot of men pitch polygyny to their wives, and they hone in on this hierarchy. Hey, you'll have this woman, she'll help you with the kids, she won't do nothing unless you say she can do it. You're above her, she's down here. But in reality, no woman wants to be under another woman, period. Like that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Wives are supposed to submit to their husbands, not each other. Now you can pitch ideas to each other, the wives can consult each other, but I don't know too many instances where the wives are submitting to each other in a way that, I don't know, it just doesn't work. Like my co-wife is not going to submit to me. I'm necessarily, not going to submit to my but I will submit to logic. If her idea is a great idea, hey, we're going to go with what works, but there's no instance where, we're walking around telling each other, to shut up, or, what I'm saying? I don't even know how that works. I don't even know how that works, but someone mentioned Nature Boy just here in the comments, and I was not going to talk about that because it's such a touchy situation and it's such a hard conversation. I wanted to save it for when I was home with my and my husband, because we all kind of have opinions on it and didn't want to talk about that. But I will say again, I don't know too many situations where I don't know too many situations where where a man's wives are okay and are going to submit to the leadership of another wife, and I don't know too many instances, and I don't understand why a man would want to put his wife over other women. Like, I just don't. It's hard. It's hard to explain it, because what if your wife gets tired of polygyny, and because she's the boss, are you gonna divorce all of your wives because she's, just, I don't know. I think it's much better when everyone is on the same page. We don't usually deal in numbers like, first wife, second wife, third wife, fourth wife. It's usually just wife. I'm his wife, she's his wife, we are his wives. And then numbers come into play when people say, well, who was he married to first? Oh, okay, so now let's be specific. He was married to her first, and then he was married to me. Okay, great. But there is no like queen wife, head wife. I'm a baby wife, she's the mama wife. I don't know, but in other cultures that works. So let me not judge, but I'm just saying, I don't know too many instances where the wives are going to submit to each other. And I don't see where, because I can't be bossed around by too many people. Women can't be bossed around by too many people. So now you telling me what to do, now he telling me what to do, and, it's just, it's hard to explain. But, like, for cohesiveness and for happy lives and happy families, because that's what we are about. We are about family first above all else. Above all individuals, we are family first. So to have happy families and things like that, hey, submit to your husband. Wives, submit to your husband, hands down. The brothers say it's blue. Sister, guess what? What you think is red is now blue. Man, that's the bluest blue I've ever seen, baby. I ain't never seen blue that color. Boy, that's some bright blue. You know what I mean? But now, I don't know how this submitting to his other wife works. Like, I don't understand it. And something else I wanted to touch on, because I kind of got distracted by the little nature boy comment, but something else I wanted to chime in on. If your polygyny is surrounded and based on sex, and y'all running around here talking about y'all polygynous and y'all building, but ain't nobody got no kids, ain't nobody owning nothing, ain't nobody trying to own nothing, ain't nobody trying to get out of the rat race and all that stuff, then I don't know. I don't know what the point is. You just might as well just have girlfriends. The point of polygyny, in my opinion, is to expand families, build wealth and legacies to leave to your descendants, in a phenomenal fashion, because, there's multiple generations that are going to be affected by this, and they're not just, and, they're not just, you and your wife, or you and your girlfriend. It's you, your wives, and the children of the family. So if your polygyny is based on just screwing, then, I don't know. I kind of would put you over there in the polyamory section. I don't know how to box that. I want to put everything in a box. Another thing is, I hear that. Yeah. We tend to not watch much television. If we're watching something, it is on Netflix or the internet. But like I said, I've been watching some stuff on the internet the last couple of weeks, and man, I want to hurry up and get home and make this video with my family, because there are so many different points. I mean, every situation in polygyny that you can think of has been brought out. and it is our people, you know. And so it's not some Mormon stuff, or it's not some other stuff. Like, this is us, this is our polygyny, this is our alternative marriage. But yeah, I want to get home and make this video, so hopefully we can make it tonight. But yeah, all this wives submitting to each other, and then the husband's wondering why is some funk, or why is there's beef, or why there's animosity. And it's like, women don't tend to like to be bossed by somebody that they not with, you know. Can't wait till I get home. And yes, people are just playing house. A lot of people are playing house. A lot of people are into polygyny because it's the thing to do. It's on TV right now. They're into polygyny because they friends is into polygyny. They're into polygyny for all sorts of reasons, not necessarily the right reasons, and they're wondering why it's not working. I mean, there's women in the women's group, and it's like, the questions are, well, how many potentials did you go through before you found your co-wife? Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's hard, because it almost sounds like, in the polygyny groups, we kind of get irritated when people come in and say, where are all the single ladies at? Because it sounds like, where the hoes at? Where the hoes at? It just doesn't sound right. So now it's like, how many women did you go through before you found your co? And it's like, why are you going through women? I don't understand it. And so I made a comment, like, if you've gone through, so many women in a short period of time, and none of these women are working out for your family, then it's like, well, maybe you something up with y'all, or you need to change up your criteria or something, because I don't understand this thing of men going, or families, or even single women going through so many families and so many women, within a year. That just seems schizophrenic to me. I don't know. And so it's like, people are changing families and codes, and women, like they change like they get oil changes, like every 5,000 miles they got a new woman. It's just like, why? Especially if they're sleeping with these women, and then some brothers are getting with these women and sleeping with them without making some kind of commitment, and then they're making them concubines, and the wives are okay with them being concubines as long as they're not wives. And it's just like, dang, like, man, no wonder people look at polygyny like it's all about sex, because y'all are technically running through women like you burned through brakes on a car. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to offer my services. I don't know, because wait, I can't even offer my services now, because come to find out, the single women are playing games. They stringing families along, trying to have the husbands on retainers, and man, holding people's hearts hostage and stuff. It's all sorts of stuff. So hopefully when I get home, I'll make a quick video with the fam, and we can address some of this stuff, because there's so much going on. We haven't made a video in a while. And yeah, husband's gonna be in this one. And so yeah. And yes, you're right. A lot of these people are bringing in the games that they played in these streets into polygyny. And I will say that's because a lot of people have never seen a functioning relationship to begin with. A lot of them have never seen two-parent households. They've never seen happy, functional marriages. They come from dysfunction. Their communities are dysfunctional, and that's all they know is dysfunction. I was one of them. I didn't see proper male-female relationships in my ever. and so it's hard to disconnect your reality and where you come from where you're trying to go. It's really hard to do that at times. And so here you are, a woman like me coming in from dysfunction, seeing a highly functional marriage before me, and it looks odd. Like, what you mean you listen to him? Like you be submitting. What submit? Like, what you mean submit? Like I'm a dog or something? You know what I'm saying? So it's dysfunction. You're coming from dysfunction and families, dysfunctional families and dysfunctional situations, and now it's like you see these marriages in front of you, and it seems odd, it seems strange. And so yeah, you bring the same crap that you used to do in your community into your marriage, and it's almost like you don't know no better. So I say give everybody a little time to adjust. The adjustment period is real. Let people adjust, let people find their way. And I was blessed to have a very patient, understanding, and smart husband. That brother understands some stuff. He be figuring stuff out. He figured me out. Half time I need to be figured out because I don't even understand what's going on with me, And so, I just say, hey, brothers, if you come up on the sister that comes from dysfunction, and if you feel that you can conquer that with her and help her elevate, because in my opinion, marriage is for elevation of both husbands and wives. Everybody needs to be trying to make everybody go to the next level, And so if you got the patience and endurance to help that sister, hey, go all in. Go all in, go all in, go all in, But if you find out that, she's playing games and just trying to keep you on retainer and want nobody to be with you, and all this stuff, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so let me catch up on these comments really quickly. I see Crenshaw's in the house. Okay. I would like someone to come into my family who wants to build something. Right. You want someone to come in that wants to build. You don't want somebody to come in that's just trying to come in and be with you because, polygyny is the new black. You don't want that. And sadly, they look at polygyny as a way to validate their whoring. Yes, you will find that marriage don't make you all, chase, Yeah, man, there's some whores in marriages too. Running through wives and potentials like you changing your socks. You'd be ashamed of yourself. Let's see. How do you address the lack of religious and spiritual foundation in building a family? What should be your root if there is different backgrounds? Family. The root should be family and progressing as a family. Our backgrounds are different. However, we keep family in the forefront, family first, family above all individuals, and that is why we are able to exist, coexist, and move forward. And that is also why what you see on this camera as people comment on having a good bond that's why it's real and it's authentic, because we don't look at it as individual plans and individual paths. Nah, we are trying to go at the same place, same time, same pace. He said, I'm looking for a nerdy girl. Lord have mercy. You're going to find your nerdy girl, okay? You're going to find your nerdy girl. There are nerdy girls and nerdy boys for everybody. There are people that are looking for, hey, what you're looking for is out there. You just got to be patient and open to finding it, because, my husband is from St. Lucia, but he lived in Dallas, and I'm from LA, and here I am. So it's like, some people say you look around in your general area, in your general vicinity. Hey, I hear that, but I'm one of the ones that's like, cast your net wide, and if your bait ain't catching nothing, you won't change your bait. So, I don't even know what time it is, but yes, I'm in this video, and